So let's create this journal together, or create this next step. I showed you a few steps before. So next thing with our signatures we want to put in this video. And then I pulled out some breads. I don't know if it's called breads. I just have these ones. I don't have fancy ones, but I think they will do. Like them. This is golden ones with a rounded top. And I pulled out this card I created by myself. I want to put this onto the front of the journal, just to decorate, or the journal cover, just to decorate it a bit more. But because of this shiny surface, this coated surface, I don't think it will hold in place even when I use my really, really good and strong Fabri-Tac or Fabri-Fix glue. But I will use it just to hold it in place a bit. Oops. And then I will punch some holes and put in the breads. So let's start. Just putting on the glue onto the back side of the card, just to give the journal cover a bit of extra something. And I showed you how I arranged the signatures and how I sewed them together. I've sewn them together with my sewing machine, so hinged pages together, I wanted to say, hinged papers together, not pages. And then I sorted them into the way I wanted them to. And what else did I do? I arranged the signatures and I put in some holes. So I punched in some holes. This was the videos I showed you before. Oops, don't know why this is loose. And then now we want to decorate the cover a bit more. And then we want to put in the signatures. So, okay. And just let's put this on somewhere into the middle. It does not have to be right into the middle for me. So for me it's fine if it's a bit yes, I think I like it. Yes, it's not, I think it's not straight. When these lines are straight and my card is not straight, and I like the look of it. I really, really love it. Okay, this is fine. Here I have a fabric ruffle. Here I put on some glitter glue drops. This handmade label, and this is just from some leftover papers and some focal points, and I did some inking off the edges and so on and so on. So now we can let this dry for a moment, but I think it's fine for now. Then I want to put some breads into the edges to hold it in place and to give it a better look. So I will just punch right through my cover. Maybe I have to make the hole a bit bigger. Oops, this can go into the trash. Just to put in my my bread, I have to make the hole a bit bigger because of the shape of the feet of the bread. Now it fits. So open it up. I'm using the back side of my awl just to make them stay in place. Of course you could let it be the way it is, but I think I will cover it up a bit. We will see later. I have not decided yet. So I have an idea in my head, but I did not decide finally to say so. But we will find out together in this video. So this is the way I craft. I just begin and then I see what I like. Open it up. Maybe I can move this a bit so that the feet are a bit in the same direction. Oh, anyway, I will do it this way. Why not? Okay. Now the third one. I think I will put it over here. Oops. A bit glue seepage. Okay, but not much. I could put in some breads over here. Maybe I will do this to hold the card better in place, and because it's a really long card and it's a really, really tall cover, maybe it will look a bit better. But we can do this in a moment. So this is the way I craft. I have an idea, I start, and when I have other ideas while during the crafting process, I just go with the flow. So even if I have a construct in my head to say so, or a plan, I do it another way. So this is how I craft. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Now let's see. This could be a bit tricky because this is so thick, but we will just try it out, aiming for something like the edge. I think this could be good. Yes, I think this would be good. But the braids are not too short-legged, so I think it will work out. Otherwise, I can put it under the fabric ruffle. Okay, yes. Oh, try to make this work. Maybe the legs are too short. Even if it's not short-legged braids, but maybe this is too thick. So let's see if I can manage to do this. No, I don't think so. Okay, then, but I could leave it be the way it is. When I put something onto here, it will stay in place. I will try to push it in a bit more, but I don't have another thing to work with right now. Okay, but I think this will stay in place. Cannot go anywhere, except when you are going under with something like this all or so, and try to pop this out, of course, but why would anybody want to do this? Okay, but I want more braids. I think 2 more would look good. Just because. It's not necessary, it's just for the look. Oh, this is a bit bigger. Maybe it's longer. Maybe I can use this. So let's see. This is another one. Another kind than the others. Let's see if the legs are longer. No, not really. Okay. I will just use this over here if I can. Well, this is a bit not so strong. So I need to make the hole a bit bigger to make this work. Okay. So I hope this video series gives you a bit of inspiration, and this journal will be available in my Etsy shop, link down below in the description box. So it's a show and tell. Maybe you want to recreate this, maybe you just want to have a bit of relaxing time watching other crafters do their crafting, as I love to do. I love craft and I love to watch other crafters do their crafting projects. It's really inspiring and relaxing for me. But if you're interested in this specific journal, as I said before, this will be available in my Etsy shop. But no need to take a look there. Just do what you want. Maybe you want to recreate something like this. Maybe I can inspire you a bit, give you a bit of inspiration. Yes, something like this. A relaxing, inspirational video. So I will not do this on the same line, but a bit more to here, because I like the look of it. And you can do whatever you want with your projects. So we need one more braid. One more braid. Okay. One more. Okay, I don't like the look of this, so I will cover this up. Maybe just putting on some tiny pieces, we will see. And I don't need a braid over here. I don't want a braid over here. I don't want. I will leave it be the way it is, but I really love the cover the way it is right now. Okay, now for the inside. I want to cover up this a bit. So this part. Let's see. I just saw this fabric. This would be good. Okay, then you could not read this I am awesome, but anyway, I like it. Maybe I will just do this. And I thought I could do it like a pocket, but when I put things in, it could get stuck, and I want to cover this up really good, just to make the braid hold in place the best I can. But I really like this fabric. I think I will just use this. Why not? Where's my fabric scissors, please? Fabric scissors, where are you? I don't know. No, they are not where I thought I left them, so I will search for them and then I will be right back. Okay, found them. Of course, you could use this fabric if you have more of this. I have a bit more of this fabric, and this is not sewn on the whole way. I like it this way for this journal. Of course, you could use another paper pad, another scrapbooking paper. You could use a fabric. This is covering up the whole thing, but I like this look, so I will use this. Just getting rid of this part with a crease, because I don't want to iron it right now. I just don't want to. But I like the frayed look this fabric gives you. So trying to fray it a bit. Oh, it's not fraying so much in this direction. Okay, I see. This is fine. Just doing it a bit. But maybe I will let it overlap a bit. Just for the look. As I did here. So this fabric is overlapping a bit too. Because I like the look of it. Sometimes I do it this way. Sometimes I do it another way. It just depends on my mood and the project I'm working on. So there are no rules. You just do what you like. So I think every crafter has a bit like his or her own style, like I do. So I do the same things over and over again, but I try out other things as well. Oh yes, I love this. So now I can use this fabric tag because it's paper, heavyweight fabric, but it's fabric on paper, and this will hold fabric on paper. And paper on fabric, and fabric on fabric, and paper on paper. So this is really strong glue. So I love to use this. Just get rid of the glue we don't need. So this I will do while sitting down. Oops. Oh. Sometimes I can craft better while standing up. Sometimes I can craft better while sitting down. It just depends on the step I'm doing. Okay, so we need glue right to the O from the awesome. So covering up the M. And then just working our way through here. Putting on a good amount of glue. This is a really thick fabric we are using, so it will not seep through. I worked with this fabric a few times, so I know again, searching for the word, I don't know the word, but I know how this fabric will handle this glue, to say so. You have to work a bit quick with this glue because it's drying really quick, not within 1 second or so, but I think within a minute or two. It's drying really fast, it's grabbing really fast. So let's see. No glue seepage. Pressing it down really, really well. Just making sure we catched all the edges. So for example, this edge. Okay, and now I think this is fine. This is fine. A bit more on the edges would be good, but I think that's it. I will just let this dry and go on with binding in the signatures. If I have to put on more glue, I can do this later. I love the look from this hanging out fabric here and this. Oh, it's so lovely. Really love this journal already. Okay, now I have to get some thread and then I will be right back. Okay, found something. This is like a really thick, something like embroidery cloth, I think, but it's really, really thick. But I just want to make sure. And I love when the threads are waxed, so I will wax them by myself. I have some wax cord ready to go, but in this case I want to use this one. So you need maximum 3 times the length of your journal. I think 2.5 would be enough, but I have so much of this thread. Oh, this this is just the right length. Okay, I will use 3 times the length, and I need 6 of these strings. This is too short. This is just a cut off. Sorry. This is just a cut off or off cut. I have way more of these. Okay, so let's entangle this a bit. Whoops. I have way more of this thread, and it's so thick. I don't want to embroider with this, but I got it in an embroidery pack, to say so, where someone gave away some of his or her things. But I like to use it to bind in journals. So thread number 2. Okay, I think you got the idea. I will do the rest of the untangling and okay, maybe one more, and then I will do the rest off camera and then show you how I wax my thread. 1, 2, 3, that's way enough. We will see again in the moment. Okay, done. I have my 6 threads. Now I grab it at one end, and then I just push it through my beeswax. 3 to 4 times would be enough. Then your thread is waxed. It cannot unravel so easy, it cannot get tangled so easy, and it just stays in place better. So I like the look of it. I like how it is in the end. So I don't have wax on the ends, but I will cut them off anyway, so this is fine for me. So just repeating this for all 6 of my strings, and then I will show you how to bind in the journal. And the last step would be putting in some things into the pockets, but I think this will be for the next video. And I have not decided if I wanted to decorate it further. I thought about putting in some more pockets, because I have some pockets ready to go, even as journaling cards and other ephemera. But maybe I will not decorate it so much, because usually I try to over-decorate my journals a bit, to be honest. And then there is maybe not so much space left for your own to create of your own, which is totally fine, because everyone has other needs, and you just do what you want, you just buy what you want, you just use what you want. But sometimes I try to not overdo my journals too much, to give you as an interested person some space to make it your own. I aim for this, to say so. So last thread. Okay, this is fine. I put my beeswax into this plastic bag, because otherwise it will dry out. Okay, so now we need only 1 thread for the moment, and the first signature, and a needle. I use this big eye needle, really big eye. It's not so long. It could be a bit longer, but I can work with this really fine, and it's blunt, so I don't punch new holes into my papers. Okay, then start. You need your first thread, of course. One of your threads. Thread your needle, which is really easy because it's a big eyed needle. Then find the middle of your first signature or your last signature. It just depends on what you want to, how you want to do this. I just start with the first signature. I don't know why I did it this way every time, I think. Then you need the middle hole. Just work your way through from the inside through all of your holes, middle holes. Then where is it? It's a bit difficult to see. First middle hole of the cover. I think it's here. No, it's a bit difficult to see from here. It's a bit easier to see from the outside, so I will use my awl just to make sure I catch the hole. Here it is. Okay, see? Yes. Okay, that's it. Then push your thread, pull your thread through. Not push. Pushing would be a bit hard. Pull your thread through and leave a tail, because I know I have a really long thread. I can leave a really long tail, and I will just shorten it later. Then you go to the top or the bottom hole. It doesn't matter. Just stay in the same row. and catch the other holes of your signature. So, zip, 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 zip. Okay. Pull your thread through, hold your tail so that it cannot go anywhere, and remove the step with the last hole. Remove, redo, not remove. Repeat the step with the last hole. Oh, sorry. I don't know what's wrong with my throat. Oh, maybe it's better to hold your paper in place. Oh, this is the middle hole, so hold your tail, hold your paper in place. Ah, that's my needle. Ah, here's my needle. So, okay, tighten it a bit, and then you go back through the middle hole and through the holes of the signature, the middle hole. This is where it comes in handy when your holes are a bit bigger because of the crocodile big bite thing, because then it's easier to catch the hole in one go. Don't punch your thread. And then this gets a bit in my way, so usually I put on the danglies at last, but because I created this cover before deciding to make a junk journal out of it, it is what it is. So then remove your needle. You want to have this bridge and one wing on every side of the bridge. Then you tie, then you want to have it strong but not ripping, tight to say so, tight but not ripping. Then you tie a knot. I like to do a square knot, so left over right, right over left. Okay, right over left. And sometimes I do a third knot, left over right again. So signature is bound in. You can decorate the strings, you can do a bow, you can just cut them off. So these are really long, as you see. You don't need 3 times. I think 2.5 times would be way enough. I will cut them off here, and I don't need this leftovers. And when you have a wax cord, or you wax your cord or your thread by yourself, the bow will stay in place better, so this will not unravel. This is what I like about waxed thread. So then use your bone folder and give your signature a nice crisp crease so that it stays flat or nearly flat, and repeat the steps for the next signatures. So just have to find out in which direction this was, because this is a non-directional paper, but I think I have it the right way. Yes, this is the right way. So next thread, oh, I have to knock my thing when my camera is on, so I have to take a sip of tea. And I just eyed my stamps and my stencils, and just wanted to tell you, if you want a stamp or stencil, it may be easier to do it when the papers are not bound in, so that you can remove one paper and just stamp on this paper. But I, for myself, I like to stamp when the... I will just cut this off so it's easier for me to thread it, thread my needle. So because it's a bit wibbly wobbly and not the same same surface everywhere, but oh, sorry for that. I don't know why I had the alarm clock. Okay, I don't know what this was saying me. Oh yes, I think it was from yesterday. Okay, I got a bit distracted, sorry. But you can put under, for example, I don't know, as a foam or something, so you can, or maybe a cardstock to stamp on this, so if you want to have a really good stamped image. But I like, if I do stamping, I like to stamp right into my journal so that it gets a bit not so clear. I like the look of it, so that's just a personal preference. You just have to keep this in mind if you want to decorate your journal further. And if you want to sew on something, so for example, I would like to have a sewed on side loading pocket here. I have to do it before I bind in the journal, but I already know I will not sew again in this journal. The sewing part is over for me. Maybe I will sew a pocket, sew around the pocket and then glue it in. This would be an idea if I want to sew more. But I think I can do the rest of the decorating part with all my signatures bound in. This is just a thing you have to keep in mind when finding the right time to bind in your signatures. So okay, again, it's a bit sorry, it's a bit difficult, I wanted to say, to find the hole here. So I will go from the outside to the inside. Yes, here it is. And just repeating the steps, binding in the signatures. Starting in the middle. You can start at the top or the bottom too. Some crafters do this, and you can start from the outside as well. But I usually do it this way. It's no right or wrong in binding in signatures. It's just different ways to do this, and you can use a 5-hole pamphlet stitch or even other binding stitches. But I like to use the 3-hole pamphlet stitch usually. When you have really many short pages, so short in this direction, it would be better to use a 5-hole pamphlet stitch to catch all the signatures, so that none of your papers can get removed if it's not supposed to be this way. So, just have to find the last hole. I did this one time. I did a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. It was really easy. The 3-hole pamphlet stitch is a bit easier, but the 5-hole is easy enough too. But I'm not in need for this journal, so I did not do this. But of course you can do a 5-hole pamphlet stitch as well, and sometimes it's just for the good look, even if it's not necessary. But it gives your journal another look. Needle, needle. So then find the middle, because I think my thread got stuck a bit. No, but I left a really long tail. Let's see. This one. So. Okay. And binding in the last signature, the second signature, not the last, the next signature. The second, not the last. We have 4 more. So just work your way through your signature. Sometimes you can go in one go, but sometimes you just have to go there hole by hole, page by page, which is totally fine again. So tight but not ripping. Tight so that your signature cannot move so much. Just double check on the outside. 1 wing on every side of the bridge, and tying a square knot, left over right, right over left, and maybe 1 time left over right again. Shortening your thread, and that's it. So finding the first page, whoops, it's got stuck a bit, which is over here. Just smoothing it out a bit with a bone folder, but I think it's not necessary because I did this before when they laid like this, so it's totally fine. So next one. I think you got the idea, but I will do the next signatures together with you. If you're not interested in this part, then please just skip to the next part or the next video. I have not decided yet if I will do the next step in this video or in the next video, because I don't know right now. I will see. So, but thanks for watching this video. So until if you're staying with me until here. And what else could I tell you? If you want to ask me a question, if you want to tell me something, maybe you have tips and tricks or something like this. I mean, if you want to just go in contact with me, please write a comment, leave a comment, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, take a look through my Etsy shop, leave me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Even a thumbs down would be good because YouTube counts this as interaction, so just do what you like. If you want to tell me something, just leave a comment. I would love to read and answer your comments. So now going here, whoops. Oh, my thread got caught. Oh, here, okay, no big deal. And last hole for the signature. I really don't know why there are people that who start from the last signature to the first. If it's easier, I really don't know. So it's not criticism, it's just not understanding because I do it from the first to the last signature in this direction. I don't know if it's different. Maybe you can tell me in the comments. I really just don't know. Maybe it's really just personal preference. Maybe it's another technique. I really don't know. I don't understand. But it works out the way I do it, so I do it this way. So did I punch my thread? No. This is good. Yes, this is strong. And I decided to go with this white thread. And if it's too thin or you don't like it to be the thickness it is, so if it's too thin for you, so not too thin as it will not work out, but too thin for your feeling, you can just double it up, of course. I wanted to ask you something else, but I just forgot. Oh, I can distract myself really good, really easy. Wee. Okay, so 3 signatures left. Only 3 more. I'm so excited how this journal will turn out. But I flipped through before the signatures were bound in, but it's another feeling when the signatures are really bound in. It's just another feeling. I'm so excited about this journal. I love it already. So again, starting in the middle. Oh, no, this is right. I just thought that this paper was in the wrong direction, but it is right. Here, here, and here. Upsala. So that's it. And I think the hole is over here. Yes, caught it. Perfect. Oops. Leaving a tail. You can hold with your finger. And going back to the top or bottom hole, it doesn't matter. And to the last hole. This was an easy one. And the hole is here, I think. Yes. Got it. Yes, perfect. What is this? Okay. Okay. Ah, this is another thread. I just thought, where did this come from? But this was just another thread. Okay, so we can go on. Let's see. Where's our needle? Ah, here it is. Okay. So now we can move on, finding the middle page, trying to go in one go. No, it does not work out. Okay, I will find my way, just page by page. Got a bit stuck here. Next page, yo, no, one more. Now we are through. Yes. Turning it over again. One wing on every side of the bridge. Tight but not ripping. Tight but not ripping. Perfect. And tying in a triple knot. Square knot 3 times. Cutting off the leftover thread. And that's it. Yes, this is flat enough. So 2 left. Only 2 left. I think after this part I will ask my wife if we want to take our breakfast, because it's 8:30, I think my clock just told me. So we don't have eating times that we say we eat dinner or breakfast at this time and dinner at this time, but we are sorry, we are awake since, I think it is something, what is this? Ah, this is just from the card. Okay, since, I don't know, an hour or 1.5 hours, so I get a bit hungry by now. So maybe we can just take our breakfast in a moment. But I want to saw the signatures in before, just to getting this ready. So I don't know if this was oh, this was upside down. This was upside down. I need it this way around. Now we are back on track. So finding the holes in the signature. One more. Oh, this moved a bit. So now repeating the steps you already saw before. Oh, this can go onto the floor. So here I did not catch the middle. My punching tool moved a bit while punching, but this is no big deal. This will hold in place anyway, and it will look good in the end. So don't be shy, just work on. Finding the hole, maybe in one go, no, but nearly. One paper, last paper. This has just one hole, so I can slide it to the place I want it to be. Turning around the cover. One wing on every side of the bridge, tight but not ripping. Tight but not ripping, and triple knot again. 1, oops, 2, and 3. Okay. Oops. And last signature. Really last signature. So this is the right way. Even if it moved a bit, but I know because I had this flower on the back. This I can remember. Of course, when you have this many signatures and the journal gets thicker and thicker, it's a bit more difficult until the end. And it really doesn't matter, I think, if you start on the top or the top or bottom, the front or the back with binding in your signatures. But of course, it's a bit more difficult with the last signature than it is with the first. But you just work your way through, take your time, be a bit patient with yourself, and it will work out. It needs a bit of practice maybe, but I think I learned this really, really fast. So just try it out. Oh, sorry, I have to take a sip of tea again. Oh, this is better. So you just try it out. If you're new to junk journaling and creating junk journals, just watch tutorials. Not only mine, my tutorials, but other tutorials. There are so many tutorials with and without binding, with different binding techniques, no saw journals, altering books, and so on and so on. So just try out some things. This is how I learned to create junk journals. Just using YouTube and asking people questions and learning from them. And it is really, really easy and so much fun. For me, it's just my relaxing time. It's a bit more like a hobby. It's more like a passion, to say so. And I think there's a really big community with junk journal creators that have the same passion with creating. Okay, last one. Really last signature. Oh, where's my thread? Here it is. one tail on every side of the bridge, or one wing tight but not ripping. Just double check. This looks good. Tight but not ripping. Left over right, right over left, left over right again. And I think this is a really long video. Just double check. Oh yes, 40 minutes. This is way enough. So we will flip through this journal just to show you what we did today, in this video today. But I think I will decorate it in another video. I really love how this turned out. Even if it's just covering up, I really, really love this. Okay, let's just flip through really fast. You could leave it be the way it is. Maybe I will do this. Maybe I will just put in a sticker or a stamp here and there. But it's not necessary, I think, because it's so colorful already. What I want to do is fill in the pockets. In the first signature there are no pockets, but there will be a few pockets here. Not so many over here, just one more here. Maybe I will not do so much to this journal, just because it is beautiful the way it is, and you can do more. You can write in this, you can put in photos, things from your daily life, so tickets from events. You can journal in this. I like to use, this is a pocket too, I like, and this is a pocket, I like to use my junk journals to write letters to my 2 pen pals, to be honest. So it just gives me some writing space and creating space. So this is the way I use my junk journals for myself. A bit for memory keeping for myself sometimes too, but usually I just write letters in them. So let's just double check if this is standing out too much. I think a bit, not really much, but it's bothering me a bit. So I will just cut off a tiny piece. Straight or not straight, doesn't matter. Everything adds to a junk journal. So now it's better. I wanted this to stick out a bit, but oh, maybe it would be better to be in frame, but not outside the cover. This was something I did not want. Oh, I love this. Really, really love this. Hopefully this gave you a lot of inspiration. So here are the extra holes we did not need, but it's just one hole. And I like the look of it. I think it adds a bit. We have some holes here and holes here, so why not having another hole? If you don't like it, just put on a bit of washi tape or paper. You have another pocket here. So I think I will fill the pockets in the next video. And you could clip things in here, even if you don't have pockets like here. You just use your page, for example, like this. Use a journaling card and just clip it on with a paper clip. But I have to figure out if this journal is filled up enough for me. I have some really cool pockets I created before. I could just glue on, for example, here, but I just have to take my breakfast. And then I can think again, I think, what I want to do with this journal. But first of all, I will stuff all the pockets full with self-made journaling cards. So that's it. Thanks for watching this video part. Stay tuned for the decorating process and for the next part of the video. Like and subscribe. Take a look through my Etsy shop, linked down below in the description box, and through my other videos. And if you're interested in how this junk journal, which will be available in my Etsy shop, will be looking at the end in detail, just watch the next video. Thank you. Bye.